This time we are going to talk about reversing valve. As you know, the reversing valve is one of the most important elements for the heat pump cycle. In this section we are going to show the reversing valve and its elements. Here we have the connector for the coil, the 24 voltage that goes to the coil that is going to magnetize the solenoid chamber, and the chamber that has a bulb inside. We are going to show later how it has a bulb inside. It's going to control all of these three capillaries. We are going to show it with detail later how it's going to control these capillaries, and depends of the discharge on the suction. It's going to control the sliding part inside of the valve that controls the heating or the cooling element. As we show in the parts of the reversing valve, we have made disappear the coil and also the connector in order that you can have a better detail about the inside part of the main part of the body. At this moment we are going to make transparent the main part of the body of the valve in order that you can see what is inside. This is the sliding part, the blue one, and goes towards the left or the right depending of the heating or cooling cycle of the heat pump. The reversing valve is also known as four-way valve, and this is because this is the 1, 2, 3, 4-way, and in any reversing valve is connected always in the same way. This is just for the discharge of the compressor, and this is always attached to the suction line of the compressor that obviously can be connected also before to an accumulator. This side is always attached to the outside coil, the suction of the outside coil, and this is always attached to the suction line of the indoor coil. In this view you can appreciate better how the sliding part and the internal loop works inside the reversing valve. Remember that this tube is always attached to the suction line of the compressor. Here is the setting is for the cooling mode, and this side is going to the inside coil, and the refrigerant is going to travel from here, going to the internal loop and going to the suction line. Now let's see what happens if we change the reversing valve to the heating mode. The suction line is still the same attached to the compressor, but now we are going to the outside coil, suction the refrigerant from the outside coil inside to this pipe, going to this loop and to the suction line of the compressor. As you can see internally, the body of the valve, we are going to explain how the discharge line of the compressor works. So the refrigerant start traveling from here always in this pipe. This is always attached to the discharge line of the compressor, and here in this sliding part has a big holes here and other hole here that start filling out the body of the reversing valve and goes to the, in this case the setting is for cooling, is gonna discharge to the outside coil. But if we replace this or we move from cooling to heating, so now the discharge line, the refrigerant goes to this area, start filling up for these two holes the whole body of the valve, but goes to the inside coil. So now let's explain about the capillary tubes that they allow to the pressure of the refrigerant to move the sliding part of the reversing valve. So we can see here how is inside the body. Here is also inside the body of the reversing valve, and also is inside of the suction line. Now let's explain how the capillary system works and also the differential pressure. So here the setting is for the reversing valve. The sliding part is setting for the cooling mode. Here let's put that is the inside coil, and this is the suction line that is attached with the internal loop to the internal coil, inside coil. The discharge line goes from here at the bottom, and remember that we have a opening here, these holes, so the discharge line can go to the outside coil, that is the condenser. Now let's explain about the capillary system, how it works with the differential pressure. And let's see here the valve inside the solenoid chamber is blocking the left capillary. That means that is pushing the pressure is coming from here, from the discharge line, and obviously start filling up the whole body of the system and start traveling over here the refrigerant, but start stopping here because the valve is blocking the capillary. So start filling up the pressure over here and start sliding the sliding element, sliding part towards the right side. So let's see how the valves work when we activate the heating mode. In this case the left capillary is blocked, but let's activate the heating mode. So now the left capillary is relieved and the right one is now blocked. So this is gonna start going to the left one, and let's see what happened with the sliding door. Okay, so now the sliding door is moved to the left side, to the heating mode. Now with this final view we can understand better how the four-way valves or the reversing valve works. And remember, this is always connected to the discharge line of the compressor. The refrigerant starts traveling over here, if that is the case, over here, and filling up the body of the reversing valve. This is always attached to the suction line, and this is going to be suction for the outside coil. Remember, this is in setting a heating mode. It's going to suction over here. Let's see the internal loop, how it's attached one coil to other coil, but always to the suction line. Thank you.